Okay, now we are going to deal with right now second point, that is kinds of company or types of company. Okay, so if you are able to see, I draw one diagram here, types of the companies. Okay, now kinds of companies. Now companies are mainly divided into chartered company, statutory company, and registered company. So mainly three companies are there: chartered company, statutory company, and registered company. Again, this registered company is divided into three groups, that is limited company, unlimited company, and government company. Again, this limited company divided into two groups, that is limited by shares and limited by guarantee. And limited by shares, again this is divided into public company and private company. Similarly, company limited by guarantee divided into two parts, that is public company and private company. We'll see one by one what is chartered company, what is statutory company, what is registered company, and their classifications. Okay, now let's start with chartered company. Now, what is chartered company? What is chartered company? Okay, you might have heard about chartered company. Now, chartered company is one which is created by charter. What is charter? Charter is a special sanction granted by the parliament or head of state. Okay, that is called charter, and it enjoys certain exclusive privileges, rights, and powers. So, as far as chartered company is concerned, this chartered company. Sanction, and this sanction is granted by the parliament or head of state. Okay, so according to a charter or special sanction granted by parliament or head of state, a company is formed. That company is called chartered company. Now, example. For example, which company is called chartered company? You might have heard about East India Company. East India Company. East India Company is a chartered company because that company was formed by special sanction or charter. Okay, that's why East India Company is an example of chartered company. Okay, are you getting me? Okay. Now let us move to statutory company. Which company is called statutory company? Statutory company is one which is created under an act or piece of legislation passed by parliament or by state legislature. Okay, a company which is formed by passing a legislation by parliament is called statutory company. Okay, now for example, RBI is a statutory company. Then LIC, Life Insurance Corporation, is these are the examples of statutory company. Okay. Now registered company. Let us move to registered company. Which company is called registered company? Company which is registered with registrar of company under the provision of Companies Act. Company which is formed under Companies Act and registered with the registrar of the company, and we know that there is a registrar of a company, and with registrar of a company, that company is registered according to Company Act is called registered company. Now this registered company is divided into limited company, unlimited company and government company. Now what is limited company, what is unlimited company, what is government company? Limited company where the liability of member is limited. I told you, where liability of members are limited up to shares they hold. Okay, that company is called limited company. Okay, and it is a company limited by shares. It is also called company limited by shares. Now what is unlimited company? Unlimited companies are one in which liability of shareholders is liability of members or shareholders are unlimited. So the liability is not limited up to shares they hold, it is beyond that shares they hold. Okay. So one of the example of unlimited company is sole proprietorship. Sole proprietorship, sole trading concern or partnership. Partnership is an example of limited company. Next is government company. Now these are registered companies like the private or public companies, and which companies are called government company, where more than 50% of shares held by the government. Company in which more than, let me clear this, government company is that company where more than stake of government is more than 50%, more than 50% in any company. That company is called government company. Okay, suppose government if holds more than 50% of shares, means 51, 52, shares in a particular company, then that company will be called as a government company. Okay. Now, for example, your HMT, Hindustan Machine Tools, is a government company. Then you might have heard about BHEL. You know BHEL, BHEL, BHEL Limited, Bharat Heavy Electrical Limited. These are the government companies. Okay. So we have covered limited company, unlimited company, and government company. Limited company means liability of members are limited up to shares they hold, and in case of unlimited company, the liability of member is unlimited. It is beyond the shares they hold. For example, sole proprietorship, partnership firm. These are the example of unlimited company. Now, government company. Which company is called government company? A company in which government holds more than 50% of stake. That company is called government company. For example, HMT, Hindustan Machine Tools Limited, and now HMT is not exist nowadays. BHEL is there, Bharat Heavy Electrical Limited. Okay. Now we come to the public limited and private limited company, or we can say public company and private company. Okay, if you see here, limited by shares and limited by guarantee both are divided into public and private company. Public and private company. Now come to the which company is called public company and which company is called private company. Now, what are the characteristics of public company? What are the characteristics of public company and private company? Let me clear this. Now, which company is called public company, or what are the characteristics of public company? Okay, one by one we will discuss the characteristics of public company and private company. Now, first we'll discuss public company. Number one, in case of public company, minimum members should be how much? Minimum members should be 7, and maximum members, there is a no limit for maximum number of members. Okay. Now, how public company raise their capital? By issuing prospectus inviting people to subscribe his capital. So here public company issue prospectus to raise capital. Okay. Number 4. Now, shares of public company are easily transferable. Easily transferable. I told you. Okay. Then, to start a public company, that company requires what? The company requires certificate of commencement. Company requires certificate of commencement, right? Until and unless public company got certificate of commencement, that company cannot run its business or start its business. Okay. For operation of a company, operation of a business, that company requires certificate of commencement. Then, as far as directors are concerned, how many directors are required? Minimum 3 directors. Minimum 3 directors are required. Now public company characteristics: minimum members required 7, maximum members required unlimited. Company raise the capital through issue of prospectus, and shares of public company are easily transferable. And for the operation of a business, company requires certificate of commencement. And how many directors are required? Minimum 3 directors are required in case of public company. Okay. Now let us move to private company. What are the characteristics of private company? After discussing the characteristics of public company, what are the characteristics of private company? Okay, let me clear this. Okay. Now not public, private company. What are the characteristics of private company? Now minimum members required. Minimum members should be 2, and maximum. Now there is a restriction for maximum members. Maximum members not more than 50 members. Maximum 50, not more than 50 members. Okay. Now how they raise their capital? Private company raise their capital by inviting public to subscribe to its capital. They just invite public to contribute in its fund. So public company, what are the difference between public and private? Public company issue prospectus and private company invite public to subscribe to its capital. Okay. Now as far as transferability of shares are concerned, it is not easy in case of private company. There are some restrictions on transfer of shares. Okay. When this company can commence the business? Company can commence the business immediately after getting certificate of registration. Okay. Company can start functioning after getting certificate of registration. Okay. In case of public company, certificate of commencement is required, and here certificate of registration is required. So this is the difference between public and private company. Okay, that's all. Thank you.